Hello everybody, so today I'm doing another entry into the disturbing movie series. Today I'm reviewing Dogtooth, directed by Yorgos Lanthimos. This is the story of a son and two daughters and their father and mother who keep them in the house. The father goes out to a factory in the day, and the mother just sort of sits in a room and has a phone, and there's some weird things happening there. And the three children do not know the outside world. Their father tells them all different things about the world, like the word zombie is yellow flowers. Like he makes all these things, all these words, and says that they are all things that they actually aren't. Dogtooth is a movie that I saw quite a few years back. It was on TV. I sat down and watched it, and it was a film that completely perplexed me, but it was a film that I also couldn't turn away from because of it being so weird, but so interesting as well. It's a very intriguing and a very peculiar film. Now, this being the disturbing movie series today I'm going to give my reasons to why it's disturbing. So there will be spoilers, so if you haven't seen Dogtooth, go away and then come back to this review afterwards and we'll talk about it. So Dogtooth, the reasons it's disturbing is that there's the theme of incest throughout the whole movie, and there's also quite a bloody scene as well involving with the Dogtooth thing, because they say that the Dogtooth grows through. They punch themselves in the face, and the girl keeps punching herself, blood's going over this mirror, and the tooth comes out. And there's also a cat that appears in the garden, and the son doesn't know what cats are. He's scared of them, and then he grabs some garden shears and stabs them into the cat, and that's the disturbing scene of the movie. It's not one of the most disturbing movies out there, but it does have its disturbing subjects, and like I've said, the incest subject of the film is the most disturbing thing about it. And the cat scene, if you don't like seeing that stuff, like I don't like seeing that stuff, but it's not completely disturbing, you just see this one quick thing and it just disappears off the screen. And with that whole cat thing, the father... They have this whole pretend brother living outside the grounds of the house. So they have this fence right around the house so the kids cannot get out and they can't go out. I say kids, but they're all in their 20s, but they all act like children. Like the son, he's scared one night, he gets in the middle of the bed with the parents. The daughter acts very kid-like with this other woman. There's a woman that the father brings to the house, and he brings her to the house to have sex with the son because the son doesn't go on the outside world, so he has sex. So he has sex with this woman, and this woman then goes into the sister's room and talks to her, and is like, if you do this thing, if you lick me, then you can have this present, you can have this headband. And that's a really weird thing that happens throughout the film, because she wants to get her vagina licked by this girl, but this girl doesn't really know what she's doing, or she doesn't know what's really happening. And there's, with them acting like kids and being very childlike throughout the whole movie, there's something really weird about those scenes as well. You can see they are adults, but in the same time, them not knowing what they're really doing, it's also disturbing. I feel that Dogtooth, like with this director's other films, he's a director that makes very unique films. He made the film Alps, which is a very unique film. He made the recent film The Lobster, which I only saw a few weeks back, but I absolutely loved that, and I loved it because of its weirdness and very unique. A whole idea of if people don't find love in a certain amount of days, they turn into an animal. And Dogtooth is another one of those films that has this unique idea, and like the whole it's called Dogtooth because they think that when a tooth grows through in their mouth, that they can then, in their mouth, that's where your teeth are, then they can then do something else in the world, and they can do bigger things. Like one of the girls like, when my dog tooth grows through, can I learn to drive a car? A very short film, but there's moments that do feel quite dragged out. But it doesn't ever feel boring to me. It always feels interesting, and all the characters work. The father is really weird, and the thing with incest in it as well is that he brings this woman to the house, but one day after one of the daughters licks the woman that he's bringing to the house, she gives the girl that licks her, she gives her 2 videotapes, and then the father finds out about them and these weird videotapes because the woman says, don't show these to your father. And he finds out, and he goes to the woman's house, gets a VHS player and smashes her over the head with it, and then she's just disappeared from the film. And because of this, they need to find a new woman for the son to have sex with. And who do they pick? His sister. So that's the big incest thing in there, and it's a really awkward scene where you just see him having sex with his sister, and she doesn't seem weirded out by it. Like, she's there sort of just making noise, but she doesn't seem weirded out by it. It seems very normal, because this whole scene where he's got his eyes closed, he has both the sisters come into the bath with him, and he fills them up and stuff, and it's all very weird, and they seem fine about that as well. And it's just it's very weird when it's happening, because then she says this line, if you ever do that to me again, you bitch, I'll gut you. But then she talks about all these other things that seem like, is she talking to him, or is she like quoting something, which I wasn't sure. If anyone could say what she was quoting or whatever, then say down below. But yeah, Dogtooth is disturbing because of the incest theme throughout the whole movie. That's the most disturbing thing about it. It's not the most disturbing movie out there, but it does have its disturbing themes and a few little disturbing scenes here and there. But it's a really well shot film. It's very interesting. All the characters are very weird, and it's a very weird film, and it's like a very peculiar film. But it's one that you should definitely check out. It's one of the better foreign films out there, and the director is making this really unique and interesting stuff. And that's my review for today. If you've seen Dogtooth, send in the comments down below. I also need more disturbing movies to review because all I've got left now is Visitor Q and The Girl Next Door. So that's the two disturbing movies for the disturbing movie series. And then we've got a few other movies to review. But yeah, if you know any other disturbing movies you want to review, then say in the comments down below and I shall review those. Thank you very much, and I shall see you all again very, very soon. Goodbye.